Welcome to GP Now, Council in Action, August 1st, 2018. City Council had 3 public hearings. Now, public hearings are intended to gather additional testimony or public comment before significant decisions are made at a council level. The first public hearing was the adoption of the city's Community Development Block Grant Action Plan. Now, we receive federal dollars to develop programs that focus on low to moderate income benefit. The second public hearing was a vacation of common property line between 2 tax lots, creating 1 parcel. The third public hearing was an amendment to our development code, creating a fee in lieu of system that replaces our old deferred development agreement system. Now, when someone comes in and purchases a piece of property and develops that property, they're also required to pay their portion of street improvements, curb, gutter, and sidewalk. However, if they come in and the street is unimproved, it doesn't make much sense for that one house on that whole street to put in one small section of sidewalk. So we developed a deferred development agreement where the property owners would pay 115% of the current cost to put that street improvement in. It would be banked and basically held for that property and that street when the rest of the street was developed. What we recognized is we were starting to get a large pool of resources from these deferred development agreements, and streets were still not getting improved. So City Council found an alternative way to do this through a fee in lieu of system. So now when you come in and you develop a piece of property and the rest of the street is undeveloped, you pay either 50% or 25% of the cost, so it's more economical for the developer. And that percentage is based on what your street is classified as. And then that money is put into a pool where council prioritizes projects, and those resources go to improve streets as we're working on them. So it's a more efficient way to get streets improved throughout our city, and it's more cost effective for the developers. Next is the consent agenda. This is the tool to help streamline the city process, where council can approve a number of different items with one motion. The creation of a 911 manager position was under consent, along with the readoption of the city investment policy. So we have an investment policy where general fund must hold a certain amount of reserves, along with our enterprise funds like our water, wastewater, streets, transportation, all have to have a certain reserve to help keep us financially strong. Also, 911 dispatch console equipment. So we have our 911 dispatch, those consoles get old, worn, and outdated, so we also were purchasing 3 new ones. The final was the council action, and these are items that require additional council discussion or public comment, and under that was the approval of a 6.1% increase to the solid waste haulers franchise agreements. So what that means to you is you will shortly see an increase in your solid waste hauler bill, your garbage bill, either through Republic or SOS. The need for this is because the recycling markets have drastically changed in the last few months, where it's costing a lot more now to recycle, and the national and international markets are requiring that cost increase. So the local franchise haulers are needing to help cover those costs. And that's your August 1st Council in Action. Until next time, GP, live rogue.